Yo, it's your boy 3CP, and before we get to this video, I was gonna say, shout out to I've just noticed this when I watched this video. FaZe Rug, his brother, whoever his brother. I don't know if y'all watched that FaZe, but he's kind of cool. But anyway, he said they was on this video, but McDonald's Sprites go hard. Like the Sprite, not a Sprite from the gas station or from Walmart or whatever, but just the Sprite from McDonald's goes extra. So I got one. Let me just see. So, man, the Sprite from whatever they put in their Sprite, it's not real. It's not the official Sprite. This the nigga what they put in this Sprite from McDonald's is like some secret Sprite that they don't want to sell to us on outside in regular stores. This ain't the Sprite you get from the damn store. This Sprite from McDonald's is the best. I noticed that too. McDonald's Sprite is like crack. Like this is so good. I used to get Coke, but Sprite. Let me know if y'all like those Sprite. But no, let's get into the video now. What's up? It's your boy 3CP. We are back. We are back with some. It's the first time I played Madden 22 in a day and a half. I was playing Madden 23 yesterday. This online games, this back to back to back. I went into some games. I lost some close ones. I won some close ones. The last one was kind of a blowout. I can tell you from going online. I'm gonna break down some things that you're probably gonna like, and some stuff you're not gonna like. If you're into online, you strictly play online game, which most of us do. You'll probably want to hear this. So yeah, this is really good one because this guy's probably gonna get blown out. He's got a giant sting team, but he's got a terrible one. But so let's just start off from the beginning. The first few games I played. Now, maybe they tuned something up because these next few games I played a few days later, for the game seemed it was differently. It was some stuff that I didn't like. But first few games I played, like I said, the passing mechanic is one thing that you're gonna have to get used to. Now, the guys I played against, a lot of those guys was taking it off. They was playing with it off. You can tell if they have it on because you'll see that little passing meter thing, that little passing dot thing. You'll see it where the receiver is supposed to be. That's how I've taken it, because that seems like how I've only seen it when it's there. Sometimes I don't see it, so I'm guessing guys take it off and play it the regular way, like this right here. So you can throw the ball, like I said. You can throw the ball over somebody's head and everything, but you can't just force it and throw it. You got to make that type of pass. Like, you got to make a high pass or something. You're going to have to use the high-low pass feature a lot, or more so in the most crucial moments when you need to make that pass. This guy's internet got it. This dude must be sitting on McDonald's Wi-Fi or something. Why are you coming through an online game? But that's going to be one thing, the passing thing. Like I said, so I can, like, breaking down like this right here. See? Oh, he just do that. That pass right there, even though he makes that, my defender is defending that too. He's not standing like, no, he's kind of behind him, but my defender is defending that. Like, literally jumping. He's probably hitting him, trying to knock it out. Or yeah, it gets knocked. It's not a guaranteed just straight up catch. But since he has some type of short route master or something, because he jumped and I seen him lit up, it was completed. But the bunch flip guys, I played one of their guys, they're still around. 4 verticals, it's good, but it ain't as better. Just like right there, see, I did that right there. That play right there, that's a play in Madden 22, but it's not like that animation. It's more like a realistic, more animation where he would catch him and you would see like a knockout animation or something, and the passers are still good. But playing that, like I said, when you passing the ball, you're not guaranteed to make that pass. It is just it gets to the point where you get frustrated and you'll be throwing the ball and you're like the vertical right that everybody runs. It's not always open. That little wheel route is still good, but like I said, it's not good because the defenders react. So you got time to make the reaction instead of just standing there. Now the wheel routes are still good, but you can't throw them just automatically catch him. You got to make that throw. Sometimes you might throw it, he might drop it, and just fall out of his hand. So it all depends on this pass. Now I've not played the game without the passing mechanic. That's the thing. So I probably need to just try a few games with it and see if it works. But this nigga just quit the game. Wow. Well, anyway. So with doing that, I was able to. Aaron Rodgers is one of the quarterbacks in Reds that you want to use if you want to just make the throws, but it's still the receivers. They don't always catch the ball. You will see a lot of drop. Just the receivers, the two-man animation where the receivers just come in, they just make some type of play. It's gonna frustrate you, but damn, every time he throws the ball, this guy's in it like a knockout. But at the same time, you're gonna want that, especially when you're on defense. Now I've seen points where my guys stand there and do things at some point, and there's artery where he's too far away, he can't jump. But we all know Ultimate Team's gonna change all of that because everybody's gonna be able to jump 30 feet in the air. But more so, for the most part, the game has better decision making pretty much for passers. You got to pretty much make a great read. If you can't make the super blind read, a bad read in Madden 23 is going to get picked off or it's going to get knocked down or something most of the time. Now, I said I played online with some guys. I played the games. The team I like to play along with though, and is a running team, is the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, he can make the throws, he can do everything. He don't got the best receivers, but short throws to the tight end, running the ball with him, he's got the juke master and stuff. He's still good. That's a team I like. That's who I blew out the last guy with that I played. The last game I played, I blew him out like 28-7 or something. But he scored 2 miracle touchdowns to make it 28-20. Like DDA, oh yeah, DDA is still in the game, y'all. DDA is definitely still in the game. The guys will come back. My first game, I said I lost. I was up 21-0. The guy came back all of a sudden miraculously started playing like out of his mind. DDA is definitely in this game. It's definitely in the game still. So that's just a warning to you. DDA is in the game. So I'm playing the passing mechanic. I've been telling you about that. I'm telling you, it's different. It's difficult, but it's not gonna be too hard. It seemed like it was more easier with Aaron Rodgers, and you'll hear it like when you pass the ball, you'll hear this little like pulling a string, like it's something like a. It's hard to say how I got it like pulling a string or something, or a sling, like how can I say something like you're pulling like a mechanical thing, and you pull this string and you hear this noise and let it go. Something it kind of sounds like something like that. You hear it, and when you hear that, sometimes when you hear that noise, I think most of the time you're making a pretty good pass, accurate pass, and it's gonna get to the receiver at least. Now without it off, you can't throw those type of passes. You can throw the simple. Seems like the guys I played yesterday when I played a bunch of games, most of those guys were throwing the ball with it off, and they were completing passes. They were completing the normal passes that you can complete in the game. Now, there was a point where I played a guy who had Jalen Waddle. This dude kept mossing me. Like literally, he was just third and 10, need a play. He would just chunk it up, and Waddle would just catch a miraculous post up mossy type catch. I'm like, how is this dude catching this stuff? Like he did it like 3 times. He was like I don't know what type of. And this dude don't got abilities. I don't know what, but he would just catch it in crucial moment. Just moss me, but That was the only person that did that. Um, Now the bad thing about it I've noticed about this game is the fumbles. Now let me tell you about the fumble. This is where the game might go bad or it could go good if they fix this. So the random fumble, a game I lost, my guy Lamar Jackson, my first carry, he took off, he fumbled. The first carry, he took off. I'm in a designed run, 5 wide. I juke, and my guy he doesn't even get hit really. He just touches the. I'm running into my own lineman, and there's a guy he's blocking kinda, and I don't know if I touched him whatever, but the ball fumbled, but my lineman ended up picking it up. Now I was like, how the hell did it happen? And then a few plays later, my guy on the kickoff just fumbles out of nowhere. Just boom, fumbles. No, that was before. No, that was the second. The second, I think I fumbled 3 times. The second time was I caught the ball. I got to this animation, the tackle battle thing where people say a guy came out of nowhere. The computer now, this is the computer, hit me, and the guy fumbled, picked it up. The very next thing when the kickoff, I get hit. Computer hit stick, bam, he fumbles. The fumbles in this game after the few days that I played since yesterday, fumbles are like crazy. And hopefully it doesn't transition to the real game. Because fumbling in this game is like, it's going to be way more often than it is in 22. Especially with the tight end. The thing, I don't mind the fumbles. If you're making a fumble and I'm juking and stuff and I stick you in the right way and you're not carrying the ball a certain way, hey, and you fumble, okay, it's my fault. I deserve it. But when this computer, the end of time, this dude was like D-line using, I believe it was. And he was not clicking on making these plays, but the computer was coming around making these fumbles. Every fumble he made was by the computer, not by him. And that's gonna be a problem. Because like I said, we don't want the computer making random fumbles and changing the game for us. And that's one thing that Madden, I guess they still haven't figured it out, that we do not want the computer dictating what happens to the game, because you get a close game. I was in a close game with this one, the last game I lost, and this random fumble out of a tackle battle happened and he wasn't even in the game, in the play. He was using somebody else, and this nigga just fumbles out of nowhere. And then I get another fumble. I knew I was gonna lose the game then, because then, like I said, the kickoff, he fumbles again. A different guy just fumbles. So, I know the guys crowd. They keep a crowd every time somebody gets hit stick, it should not be a fumble. I don't care who you are, what you say. Every time there's a hit stick, it should not be a fumble. Look at real football. You might not see a fumble in the game, the whole game. You might see one fumble in a game, and then there's time you might see 3 fumbles by one person or whatever. We've seen it, but it's not every single game, every time. So hopefully they fix that. But that's the biggest thing that I gripe about Madden, is these random computer dictating what happens in the game. Computer fumbles. Don't want to pick to a computer? Okay, that's fine. I'm not worried. But if you throw it directly to the computer, he makes the play, bang, I would say. But then the defense is going to be so good. I said the video before, the D-line users might be dead. And yeah, for the most of the year, but the pass rush is still good. So the defense the coverage is so better that people will be able to, for the look like it, we're gonna be there. It's gonna be in that mode where guys might be able to sit in cover 3 and just do whatever the hell they want in cover 3. But I think the stock defense that everybody's gonna be using, because the guy using it on me, is probably cover 2. There's a hole in it, but you can make the throw. I've made it before, but it's not automatic. It's not automatic, but that's the most difficult defense now that I see in Madden 23 will be cover 2. Then you'll see when you play the game, cover 2 is going to be one of those defenses that you're going to have trouble with. And even without the deep blue, it's going to be good. Like, remember last year in this game, in Madden 22, cover 2 was damn near, you couldn't use cover 2 the first months of the game when it came out. But this next one, everybody's you're gonna see a lot of cover two. But that's what I thought. That's my thoughts on this online gameplay that I've played. Um, there's still guys who running around, running bunch, running verticals, and doing things like scrambling out the pocket, throwing cross body. It doesn't always work. I get picks, you get picks, but the trying to get your most difficult thing in Madden 23 right now is going to be trying to get past the defenses. The guys are going to come out in, and a lot of these guys are going to sit in defense. They're going to sit in one defense because defense is better now, and you have to find out different route combination, different plays to move the ball. Now I figured out that running the ball a little bit, like with the Panthers playbook and Lamar Jackson stuff, was a way to I score more points with the running the ball. I score more points running the ball than I have using passing teams and passing quarterbacks. So that tells you a little bit of thing about how this game might be too. So that's what it is, man. Let me know what you think, man, and we out.